We all know that to lose weight you need to be in a calorie deficit, and one of the best ways of doing that is to track your food. But do you always track the good and the bad? Well, I'm here to tell you why you need to make a point of tracking the bad. So as you know, I'm really into food tracking as a way of maintaining my calorie deficit. And this week has been a bit of a challenge. I ended up on the road most of Saturday, and here's what I ate. Well, they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So picture the scene, it's a Saturday. And for some reason, I clocked on to the fact that I had some freebies on my McDonald's app. So yeah, I could have had a cheesy bacon flatbread and a plain black coffee. But no, the road to hell. I had a double sausage and egg McMuffin and a flat white, which kicked in at 578 calories. So I decided to have a packet of their sea salt and lime tortilla chips. Really nice, I can highly recommend them. Eldest kid phoned me up and asked me if I fancy coming down because they could just do with some company. Well, I'm a dad, it's what I do. Well, somehow we ended up in Costa, which there's healthy things to have in Costa, but seeing as I'm on the highway to hell, I decided to have the panini, a full fat medium cappuccino, and for some reason they had a chocolate muffin with a 𝐘𝐒 bunny on top. I thought that looks good, I'm already in hell, might as well burn in the flames. And that bad boy lunch kicks in at 998 calories. When I do it well. The thing is though, crazy thing is, by this point I'm already up to my normal limit of 1820. Well, I'm actually up to 1830, and I need to do dinner. Now, luckily, I had something in that wasn't too bad. I had a cod and prawn fish cake with a bit of rice and some pour over chilli sauce, which kicked in at 484. So I finished the day on a scandalous 2,314 calories. So let's face it, Saturday wasn't good. My maintenance calories are 2,100. I usually aim for somewhere between, well, I used to aim for 1,200. My Fitness Pal recommends 1,800. I'm usually settling at about 1,100, 1,600. So that's giving me a comfortable calorie deficit of way over 500 a day, which is 3,500 a week, which is what the experts reckon you need to do to lose 2 pounds of weight or fat a week. I'm obviously further on in my journey now, so I'm not getting those sort of wins. However, I could do without days like this Saturday. So let's see what happened on Sunday. I'm going to start my day off with a slimmed down version of my normal breakfast, which is overnight oats. Yeah, I'm no great chef, but it's tasty, it's full of protein, it's got enough carbs to make you feel like you've had something, and I love it. It's dead easy, you just make it the night before. Because I'm going a bit strict on myself today, I've left out the protein powder, so this kicks in at 256 calories, but only 12 grams of protein. I'll make that up as the day goes on. Right, so what do I have for lunch on this day of being good? Well, we have a seafood miso soup with some steamed duck gyoza, a Thai chili crab fish cake, and a bit of chili sauce. Now, doesn't that look nice? And that kicks in at 399 calories. Which is more than on track, seeing as I had a light breakfast. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Not sure I can eat the fish cake with chopsticks though. So tonight's dinner was a Thai basil stir-fried rice with pork. You could use chicken or beef. And that kicked in after the batch cook of 242 calories per portion of the actual protein. When I added it to 60 grams of basmati rice, the whole meal came in at 440 calories and 35 grams of protein. So that breaks down the Saturday and Sunday. Now, the crazy thing is, by the end of Saturday, considering I'd had a couple of bad days beforehand, I was actually nowhere near a calorie deficit. So Sunday really pulled it back. As you can see, it was just over 1,100. So this goes to show you that if you track it, you know where you're at almost immediately. So before we go any further, we'll say how I did this week. I actually started the week with a 1 pound weight loss, which I was happy with, especially at this point in the journey. And for this week, my consumption has been, I feel like doing a drum roll because it's quite impressive that I still had a deficit. 2,487, which when you're pulling that back, it's Tuesday night now, when you're pulling that back from Saturday not even being in deficit, it shows how much you can do just by turning it round. That gives me a daily average of 1745, which, yes, it's probably, I would say it's about 100 above my current daily average, which over the week is 500, obviously, so it's not, it does chip into the deficit. But yeah, you can pull it back. So the point I'm trying to make with this video is why it's important to track everything, and most importantly, we're all going to have bad days. And in the past, I've always said, "Oh, sod it, I'll just enter a figure." I think it's really important to actually quantify that figure. Obviously, if those bad days involve going to restaurants that don't have calories on the menu, you really do have to guess. But don't be scared of entering a 5,000 calorie day, because your weight loss isn't based on a day. It's based on a long period. It's probably not even based on a week, but you'll know at the end of the week that you've actually come some way towards addressing that deficit. Let's say you go absolutely crazy, you go to Ibiza or something, and you've gone 5,000 over your maintenance figure. Well, if you're dieting fairly harshly, you're looking at a weekly deficit of about 3,000. That's going to be gone in a week and a half. Obviously, if you go to Ibiza for 2 weeks, it might take 3 weeks to get over it. What I'm trying to say is, your most useful tool in all of this is a simple app on your phone. I use MyFitnessPal because I've used it on and off for years. There's NutriCheck, there's loads of them. There's an old-fashioned pen and paper. That's just long-winded. It's time for the obligatory begging you to subscribe and like. I've noticed this week I'm getting a massive uptake in video hits. I've had my first video go over 1,000 views. Thank you ever so much to everyone that's watched. And just as much thanks to everyone that's subscribed. I'm now getting dangerously close to that magic 300 figure. Don't know what's magic about it. You still need 1,000 to be in the YouTube partner program. But that isn't the reason I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing this is, as I've always said, is to keep myself accountable. I am starting to get people that have commented more than once. That's like a little hug. It really is. It's unbelievable. And those of you that have, you know who you are. That's brilliant. I would love to grow this into a community of like-minded people that want to strip away all the bullshit of the fitness industry and the influencer industry and just be people that are just trying to lose weight, talking to each other and learning from each other's experience. I've always said I'm not an expert. I've just managed to have some success at this, and let's do this together. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'm happy with that.